Myia Dominique. Today we are at episode 6 and your girl is making lasagna. Nothing too much, very basic, but we making lasagna. And then your girl is going to add some breadsticks or maybe garlic knots, depending on how we feeling and looking at the time. And then we're going to do some fresh broccoli and cheese the Myia way. So let's get right into the episode, you guys. I'm super excited about this dish. This is something I can make in my sleep. Your girl gets down on the lasagna. Let me just say my meat sauce is chef's kiss. But y'all already know we're going to let the people decide what that is. However, let's get into the mix of tonight. So first things first, guys, we're going to get these noodles going. Y'all know I don't do nothing name brand. Real Walmart girl, okay? Maybe Target sometimes, depending on where I go grocery shopping. However, nothing special, y'all. It's all about what you put in there. So I do something a little special. I don't put regular butter only. So I do put a whole stick of butter, but I break it up in half. So in this pot, I already have it filled halfway with water. I'm going to put my noodles in here. And yes, I wash my hands. Y'all should know this by now. I'm just going to put these in here really, really easily. I don't want them to break. Some of them probably will break a little, but you don't want them to break. So as easily as you can, put them in there. Then we're going to take some garlic butter. I take half a stick of garlic butter. Not a full, a half. I do have my little cutting board here, so I'm going to cut right here half. And we're going to take it. We're going to put it right here in our water. Now, you might have to scoop this out if you leave that garlic butter out. I'll try to leave it out to let it soften. Because when it's hard, baby, it's hard. And it's not easy to get done. So we're going to scrape all that garlic butter in there, or as much as possible. And then we're going to add a half a stick of regular butter. Then we're going to put some salt. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop the rest of this if I can and grab the salt and the regular butter because I did not take it out. I'm a little ill-prepared, but that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and get it. So give me 1 second, y'all. We're going to come back and I'm going to show y'all before I put it on the stove. We definitely getting that on the stove quickly. So I got my regular stick of butter and my salt. I'm going to sprinkle my salt. Y'all know I'm a vet. I'm a school in this. So I eyeball. I don't do too much. And then I'm going to cut this in half as well. And I'm put this in half. And bam, we put it in there. So now your pot should be ready to go on the stove. It shouldn't take very long. You're going to start with the cover off. Once this cooks down and it boils it down to cook it, and it's all in there, then you can cover it to get it that final finish. Okay, y'all? So let's go ahead and get our noodles on the stove. I should already go ahead and let you all know, preheat your ovens to 350 or 400. Anywhere between 350 and 400. I don't go in between. I just use either 350 or 400. I'm sorry, I'm just like that. However, you can go anywhere between 350 and 400. Go ahead and preheat your stoves now. So then that way, while all your food is kind of cooking and working, your stove will be nice and hot. When it's time to cook your lasagna will literally take no time. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and get into our broccoli. So now we're going to go ahead and get our broccoli going. We have fresh broccoli, fresh broccoli, fresh broccoli. So this has to be washed, guys. I get my broccoli from Walmart, but I pick it fresh. Sometimes I'll get it from Target. And if I'm feeling bougie, I'll go to Pete's. But because grocery is so high, you got to pick and choose on what you want to spend your high stuff on, I should say, or spend them ducats on. However, I do have broccoli, so what we're going to do is we're going to rinse this really, really quick, and then I'm going to come right back over here to you all so that we could go ahead and cut it up. I'm rinsing this broccoli, and it's really easy to rinse. I would say go through it for about a minute and a half. I'm being dramatic, maybe like 15, 20 seconds. I mean, if you really want to be extra and go minute and a half, go right ahead. But it doesn't take all of that, I promise. So you can prep your pot like I did. I filled it up halfway with water. And then I'm going to add a little salt, a little garlic pepper, and a little pepper. And then I'm going to put them same other 2 pieces of half sticks of garlic butter and regular butter. I'm going to throw those all in there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up my broccoli and let you all see how I'm doing it. And then we'll come right back and convene before we put it on the stove. Here I'm just chopping the broccoli into smaller pieces so it can go in the pot. Like I explained to y'all, I ain't bougie. I'm not getting no fresh broccoli nowhere special. Walmart will do, Target will do, Food for Less. And if you're feeling bougie, you know, Jewels or Pete's. But as long as it's fresh, it's looking good, it doesn't have anything on it, it's not old, get that broccoli and cook you some fresh broccoli. Fresh broccoli tastes much better than like your frozen broccoli or even canned veggies. I ain't never had no canned broccoli. I don't know if it exists. I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just saying I ain't never had it. My point is, it's so much healthier to just cook with fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. In the first place, it's healthier for your body digests it better, and it tastes a little better. Canned stuff is salty, y'all. I know that's a matter of opinion, but again, that's just me. I cook on a regular, and for me, canned stuff is salty. I do use it every now and again. I've used it before, but if I can do it, I would prefer to do it fresh. Now, once all your broccoli is cut up, put it in the pot. So now our broccoli is all cut up. So now we're going to take our half a stick of regular butter. Y'all know we going with Imperial. And then we're going to take our half a stick of garlic butter. Again, we're going to have to use that good old knife and scrape it on in there. And with this garlic butter, you don't need a lot because it give it a lot of flavor. I didn't open this onion, y'all, and my eyes is like, I got to go and rinse it off before my eyes be like tripping up in here. For real, for real. Garlic butter is in, so now we're going to take a little salt. Boom, I would say about a tablespoon. We're going to take a little pepper, another tablespoon, and then we're going to take a little total seasoning. And then we're going to do a little garlic salt, just a tinge, because we already got salt in there, so you don't need much. That's about it. And then we're going to get this baby on the stove. We can cover this pot because nothing is seeping out. So we're going to cover it, get all them juices and stuff flowing because we want it nice and buttery and flavorful when we add this cheese. Cool, cool. So our noodles are cooking. Our broccoli is going. So now here comes the fun part. Let's go ahead and prep our bread. I decided to do the garlic knots, y'all. Again, Walmart brand, y'all know, nothing too special. I am going to grab the pan out the dishwasher because I had to clean stuff. So give me 1 second. Grab this pan. And then we are going to... Uh-oh, maybe it's not in the dishwasher. Okay. Okay, my son put it up. Thank you, son. However, we got garlic knots tonight. So we're going to open these. We're going to get these prepped. And then I'm going to just sit these to the side. Because our thing, I shouldn't say thing, our oven is already hot. Now I can't open it. I'm going to set our garlic knots right on in here. And then what I do is I'm going to take another stick of that garlic butter out. And when these come out, I'm going to rub that garlic butter right up on it. Make them real nice and buttery. So your girl is ready to get her a little drinky drink. So I got me some tequila in the refrigerator. And I got me some lemonade. I think I'm going to put a little bit of my little strawberry margarita mix. So I think I might do it on camera for y'all. So let me go ahead and get my little shot together of tequila. Because if I show y'all what is in, y'all going to be like, ooh, she's so ghetto. So I'm not going to show y'all that. But I am about to make me a little drinky drink before we get this meat started. Because it's time to get the meat going. Because our noodles will be done in no time. So let's get a little drinky drink. And feel free to try it, y'all. As I expand this, I am definitely going to make a drink book because I used to make drinks a whole lot. So I'm definitely going to start buying stuff to be more drink related, and I think I'm gonna plan a little bit better when I go grocery shopping around how I create my meals. So let's figure this all out. I think my thing just failed. That's why it scared me. I'm sorry if I looked all crazy, y'all. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a drinky drink so we can get going.
Clearly, your girl does not follow instructions because I was supposed to be going to make a drink. And I done got on TikTok and started dancing, doing one of the dance challenges and dancing like I ain't got to keep cooking. Girl, stop.
Y'all see how easily distracted I get? I done stopped and did a TikTok. But I did make my drink what I said I was stopping to do. And it's good. I'm going to be drunk tonight. I hope I finish my little work. So anyway, y'all, we got to cut up some bell peppers and onions. Y'all know we had to do that for some flavor. So I got my onion already in there. This was rinsed off already, my bell pepper. However, I'm only going to cut half. You don't need the whole thing. You're just going to cut half. You're going to put this in your garbage. And then you're going to go ahead and cut up you some onion. We're going to put it in our magic chopper. And we're going to make it do what it do. I am going to rinse this off again, though, because it got the seeds in it. I'm going to go and cut half my onion, because we ain't even going to need half. White onions especially, they chop real good. So we're going to put that in there. We're going to cut our bell pepper up in halves and put them in there. And I might go ahead and just put another half of the onion in there, but we don't need no more than that because it's going to be too overpowering. We got everything in the magic chopper, and we gonna go for what we know. Do this a couple of times, and boom, 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 we good to go. Everything is chopped, fine, and ready for our meat. So we don't have to do nothing with it right now. We just gonna sit it to the side. Now, it's time to get into this meat, y'all. Meat is very important. This is where all your flavor and stuff come in. This is not nothing you can F up. We're going to go with some good old ground turkey. And we're going to go with some good old mild ground sausage. Yes, ground sausage. The ground Italian sausage. Do not get no Italian sausage just trying to cut it up. That ish ain't going to be right. Now, Italian sausage, ground turkey. We going over to the stove, y'all. Let's get this meat going. Now, I'm going to go through everything I use, literally everything I use in my meat before I go ahead and season it. Then I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how I season it. Now, I'll start with me a little garlic salt. You cannot go wrong with garlic salt. I put a little Sazon adobo. Then I got some lemon pepper. Some Slap Your Mama. Y'all know that's my favorite. I have a little Italian seasoning. We got some black pepper. We got some adobo total seasoning. And then we got our flavored meat sauce. That is what we're going to throw in our sauce after our meat is done. Again, I'm going to walk y'all through all of that. Then I take a little brown sugar. And I take a little white sugar and I put that in my sauce as well. But we'll get to all that. I'll show you everything as I do it. But I just wanted to go through it so that you all saw them. You all know, so you don't be like, girl, you was moving too fast. No, I gave you everything. So let's go ahead and get this meat started so our lasagna can get going.
Here we just taking our ground turkey and our Italian sausage, and we're going to put it in that pan and get it all mashed up. I know mashed up is probably not the proper terminology, but y'all know what I'm saying. Get that meat broke up real good. I have the meat grinder, the meat breaker, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know the proper name for it, but I have the utensil to break the meat up really good and finely so that it can cook thoroughly and cook all the way through. Make sure you go ahead and get it as fine as you can and season up your meat to the best of your liking. I showed you the seasonings that I used already. So I'm just going in with whatever I showed you all and going in with it for the kill. I mean, really seasoning it up, because this is where all your flavoring comes in for your lasagna. This is where your base of your flavors are in your meat. So you want to ensure that your meat is super, super seasoned, super, super tasty, but most of all, cooked well, cooked thoroughly, and grinded or mashed to the best that it can be mashed, because you don't want no big chunks of meat in your lasagna. Like, we ain't giving that. So just go ahead and add a few more seasonings if you need to and get it done.
Now while our meat is going, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all our noodles and our broccoli. Our noodles are just about done. Our broccoli is pretty much done as well, but we're going to add a little spin to the broccoli. So while this meat cooks, we're going to go ahead and strain our noodles after I let y'all see them, and then we're going to look at the broccoli and see if it needs to be strained as well. These are our noodles. They're looking really good. They're just about done. And then our broccoli is looking amazing, just about done as well. So now that we're ready to strain our noodles, I got our strainer set up here in the sink. I'm going to get us some cold water running, and I'm going to go ahead and get our noodles cut off so we can go ahead and strain these noodles.
So when I strain my noodles, I use cold water and I just rinse them really, really good. And then I just let the strainer stay in the sink over one side for a while.
So now our meat is looking really, really good. We're going to go ahead and dump our bell peppers and onions into our meat so we can add those flavors and get some good color in there as well. I'll take the whole middle part of the chopper out and I just go in and get it all out of there because, listen, ain't nobody got time for that. So go ahead and get your bell peppers, onions out, and then we're going to go ahead and get that meat mixed up. So just get you a good spoon to mix with. Your meat should be just about cooked. Everything should be smelling really, really good and flavorful. All your big chunks, I would just say use your spoon and kind of go through. You really shouldn't have no big chunks if you use the meat chopper like I do. But again, everybody does things differently. So as I just go through, I'm going to go ahead and now add some brown sugar and regular sugar to my meat. A lot of y'all probably like, why would she do that? It tastes amazing in your sauce. Trust me, I'm putting y'all on. Just trust me. You don't need a lot. I would say about a third cup. Same with your sugar. You want enough. I know you like, Dag, that's probably gonna be a lot, but it's really not. Because once it melt in there, them flavors gonna be gone. Now, a lot of people probably looking like she didn't strain that meat. No, I did not. I don't strain the meat because you don't want no flavors. It's not ground beef where it's super, super greasy. This is not ground beef. This is ground turkey and Italian sausage. It is not greasy. Look at the little bit of juice that you see. That's gonna be absorbed right with the sauce as soon as I dump that in there. So no need to fret or fear, my darlings. You don't need to strain this meat. That meat look good. I don't care what y'all say. If you hating, you just hating, because this meat looks bomb. So now I'm going to take my meat sauce. Look, y'all, meat sauce. And y'all know it's not name brand. A lot of people be like, oh, I only use Prego. No, baby, I use whatever is affordable, okay? We're going to dump that meat sauce in there, and we're going to just go ahead and stir for right now. Let's see what we got going on. We may or may not need the other jar. It's hard to tell right now. But I'm going to cook mine on medium, like medium low, in between the medium and the low. And again, just mix your meat sauce and your meat all together. You want it to absorb. This is going into your lasagna, so trust me. You ain't got to worry about it being no type of nothing. It's going to be great once this sauce really heat up and cook. So I don't like mine super, super like meaty where you don't see no sauce. I like a little sauce in mine. And then what I do myself, I add a little bit more total seasoning in there and a little bit more slap your mama. And then we're going to go back in with a little bit more brown sugar and a little bit more sugar. Now, this is to even out all your flavors. Trust me when I tell y'all. I'm putting y'all on. It's going to be good. It's just going to be good. You don't need nothing else. And you really only just need a little bit more brown sugar. You really don't need no more regular sugar because we got enough of that. Now we're going to mix this all around. And then I'm going to cover my pan for a minute and let it simmer while we go ahead and get our noodles prepped to lay this lasagna down. Okay? When I say lay it down, lay it down, lay it down. Let me stop playing with y'all. For real, for real. Y'all, I told y'all I play too much. Now my dog tripping. Lord Jesus. So now that we got everything going, meat is cooking, broccoli is just about done, our noodles are done and they are strained. We're gonna take all our noodles out and let them dry. Some of them have broken. That's what we didn't want, but that's all good. They're nice and buttery, they garlic buttery. So the ones that are salvageable, we gonna salvage. And the ones that are not, we gonna go ahead and put them to the side. For the most part, a lot of them came out pretty good. They are still whoosh, super, super, super hot. So be careful. I thought I let it cool off, but evidently not long enough. So again, you just want to tear them apart so they're prepped and ready. We're going to mix our ricotta cheese and our mozzarella cheese in a few minutes to get our spread ready for our lasagna so we can get this thing going. Lasagna literally, since these noodles are hot, that meat sauce is hot, it's literally going to take 15 to 20 minutes. Literally, by the time we done making the lasagna, the bread will be done. Now, y'all know garlic bread, garlic knots, breadsticks, all that stuff, it don't take long. So, if I'm telling y'all, y'all lasagna gonna be ready in that time, do I ever send y'all off? Have I ever sent y'all off? No. So, don't think I'm gonna send y'all off now. So, me, I just pat it a little bit. I don't want to take my butter off, but we only got one piece that broke off, so that ain't bad. We're going to sit our noodles to the side, and then we're going to go ahead and get our sauce going. So your girl is ready to get the broccoli off the stove and strain it really quick. Let me take a sip of my drink because it's actually really good, y'all. However, we're going to get our broccoli off the stove because it's done, and we're going to strain it. Now, you don't want to do too much. Just put it in the strainer, let it strain. Then we're going to take this pot. While it's hot, we're going to take half of some Velveeta cheese. Yes, I said it, Velveeta. You're going to take half of it. I'm being ghetto because I don't know where I put my knife. And I'm going to take half of this cheese block and I'm going to put it in this pot and I'm going to let it melt down. And then we're going to add our broccoli back. So let your broccoli strain while your cheese melt down. This little bit of cheese is not going to take long. Trust me. So the next thing you need to do is get you a small container or pot. Take you some ricotta cheese. Take you some Parmesan cheese or mozzarella. I prefer mozzarella. And the only reason I prefer mozzarella is because mozzarella melt easier to me. Parmesan cheese is really, really, really hard to melt. Then you're going to take some oregano. That's me. I take oregano. I take some parsley and some Italian seasoning. And I put it all in. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my ricotta cheese. I'm going to give me a little spoon. And I'm going to give me some ricotta cheese in here. And I'm just going to take about a half of this container. Because you got to have enough to spread. We thinking at least 2 layers. Then you're going to just throw you some Parmesan cheese in here. Now, y'all, I am going to use the Parmesan cheese that I already have open because I forgot I had this. So let me go ahead and use it before it gets old. We keeping it real, right? We don't want it to get old. So I'm going to put just all this up in there. And then we're going to go ahead and mix that all around. The cheeses should not be hard to mix. I'm going to toss that in there. I don't care that it was on my little napkin. So, hey. And we're going to toss it on in here. So then we just mixing. I don't need no big spoon for this because it's not no big thing. When it's time to spread, we definitely gonna need a bigger spoon. So right now, a small spoon is fine. I'm gonna add a little bit more ricotta cheese just to be on the safe side, and I'm gonna go ahead and add me a few of my little parsleys, my little Italian, and get that stuff nice and seasoned up so we can layer this lasagna. It's coming together, y'all, really nice, like really nice, and I'm loving it. Seasonings is doing what they supposed to do. Flavors is coming out together. Everything is looking good. So it should look kind of crumbly. I would say, like, if you ever seen blue cheese crumbles or cottage cheese, that's how it should look right now in your little pot. So now it's time to put the masterpiece together. Your girl meat sauce is amazing. So we're gonna stir our meat sauce, and we're gonna go ahead and do one layer of that right here in the pan. So we're gonna take it and we can just gonna layer it in there. Not too much, not too little, but you definitely want enough. So we're gonna layer it in there. We're gonna make it nice and saucy. And because we got both meats in there, it's gonna give it a great flavor. As we put our meat sauce in, we're gonna spread it around just a tinch so we got enough to make it look real good. So now that the bottom part of our pan is covered, it's time to add the noodles. We're gonna take our noodles and gonna add it in. Now, some of them are broken, remember? So that broken one, guess what I'm gonna do with it? I'm actually gonna take it out, toss it, and put one of our good ones in. Now, here's the tricky part. You're gonna take one noodle and go across that bottom area, and you need to cut it. So we actually didn't have to toss that one. We could have used it, but me, I'm just gonna tear and pinch because that's what I know works. And then we're gonna go ahead and add us some ricotta cheese. Now that we got our cheese, we don't need this little spoon no more. So we're gonna double dip. It's cool because it's all going in the same place. So we then gonna add our lasagna, well, our spread for our lasagna, and we're gonna just spread it nice and neat. We don't need too much, we don't need too little. It should spread real easily, like real easily. The noodles may be a little like wiggly, I guess, so you gonna have to like hold them. But other words, spread that ricotta cheese and mozzarella cheese mix. I was finna say some crazy stuff, but I forgot I was recording, so I can't say what I really want to say. That's that drink kicking in, y'all. Welcome to the mix-up. But anyway, spread that stuff, y'all. Spread it nice and even. You want to get a nice layer. You want to make sure it's layered real good. So layer it nice, but not too much. Then guess what we finna add right on top? Yup, some more meat. So take that same spoon that you was just spreading all your good ricotta cheese spread on there. And if we gotta make more spread, y'all, just make more spread. You don't want it not full. So you gotta make sure that you spread enough. If you need to make more, hell, you gotta make more. Oh well. Stir that sauce again, and then we're gonna add that next layer. It's time to do it again. Gonna add some meat. Boom. Add some more meat. Boom. And spread it. That's it. Spread the meat, y'all. Then we're gonna do it again. But this time when you add the meat, I'm gonna add some cheese before the cheese. Now that's just me adding some stuff that I want to do. I'm gonna add a little of my sharp cheddar. I was trying to decide if I was gonna do sharp cheddar or mild cheddar, but it's giving sharp cheddar for sure. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and add me some sharp cheddar. And y'all, with this meat, don't be stingy. Throw that meat up in there. Ain't no use of keeping it. We got 2 layers up out of it. That's what we needed. You don't want no 3, 4, 5 layer lasagna. You got enough. Boom. We're gonna add that. We're gonna add another layer of them lasagna noodles. So I'm trying to get rid of all the cheeses in my house because I cook so much. I had cheese everywhere. So I'm gonna just sprinkle a little sharp cheddar, and I'm gonna just throw in a little Kobe Jack in between. I'm not gonna do a full layer. This is just some stuff I'm adding, boom, you know, to make it all nice or whatever. I ain't doing too much. I got a little triple cheese, so we're gonna add a little bit of that up in there. And then we're going to put this little bit of Kobe Jack that we got left in there as well. And that will conclude our cheeses. We got to add another layer of our cheese and another layer of our noodles. So we're going to go and do that first before we do anything else. So now that we got another layer of noodles, we're going to do it like this. Boom. We're going to do another layer like this. But we gonna this time gonna break that off already. Let's just go and pinch it off and be done. Yup. And put it on in a pot. And then boom, we gonna add another one. And then we gonna add another one. And we gonna add another one. And that is all for our noodles. We don't need no more noodles. We're gonna add some more ricotta cheese. And then we're going to add another layer of cheese on top. So where our spoon at, we're going to get our spoon, add our other cheese. Now I messed up our spoon. Now real quick, remember I told y'all to melt that cheese? The cheese is melted. We got to check on that real quick before we finish off our lasagna. So let me go throw this broccoli that is looking oh so good, bam, into our pot. Yes, yes. So now it's time to add the top layer of cheese. That's all sharp cheddar. I'm gonna go in, and I'm not gonna be too heavy on the cheese, but I'm definitely gonna cover it. You definitely wanna cover your ricotta cheese. Some people in with their meat on the top, some people in with their cheese on the top. Me personally, I feel like if you give enough layers of that meat and your meat sauce is thick, you really don't have to end with your meat on the top. But that's me. Everybody do stuff different. Feel free to do it in the order that you would like. Myself, the way I learned this way. And I learned from online and watching other people and all of that other good stuff. So now it's time to get it in the oven. Your lasagna should be looking real good. Me, I'm a shorty, so I gotta go ahead and open my oven first. Then I'm gonna put the pan in it. So let me open the oven. Boom. I'm gonna take my pan, put it in here, and I'm gonna put it on the bottom shelf, and then I'm gonna take our breadsticks that we prepped, boom, and put them in as well. And now we can get ready to clean up so we can plate. So everything is cleaned up. Our garlic knots are out of the oven, and we just gonna take that garlic butter and rub it around each knot while it's still hot. These are fresh out the oven. And you want them nice and hot and buttery. Because, baby, when I tell you, they a nuclear bomb. What? Garlic butter? It does what it's supposed to do, okay? All right, we are plated, and now it's time to see what the people got to say. We finna go get Boo so he can judge this food because the lasagna is giving what it's supposed to give, okay? Lasagna, breadsticks, and broccoli and cheese. The noodles is at the bottom because it's meat everywhere, so half one. I know. It's lasagna.
I don't even know it's lasagna.
Hmm?
That's a lot of cheese, so you know it's lasagna.
That's how you know it's lasagna.
No, you said I know it's all 10.
Oh. Now that we have heard what the people have to say, the results are in. Your girl is a 10 out of 10 for another meal. So like this video if you haven't, or if you will, comment and let your girl know if it was easy to make. But most of all, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. I'll see y'all next week. Good night.